Hi everyone, welcome to Sue's Day. I'm Sue Ann Jafarian of the Novel RV. Isn't that pretty? One of my favorite campgrounds is on this lake, which is Lake Audubon in North Dakota. And I've been here 2 days and I'll probably be here until after the 4th of July. This was not my original plan. My plans got changed because of all the flooding in the Midwest, in Iowa and Minnesota, which is where I plan to be at this time of year. But anyway, today I want to talk about, safety as an old person. You know, I've been on the road 6 years. I was 66 when I started, and at the end of this year I'll be 72. And physically, I'm not the same person as when I started. I'm healthy, but you know, time marches on. And that's exactly what's happening. Time marches on. So recently, I had a knock on my door at a different campground. It was a ranger and a camp host. And they were doing a welfare check on me because I had been in my van. I had rolled in, plugged in, closed up, and no one saw me for 2 days. And one of the other campers noticed it and talked to the host about it. And she and a ranger came over to do a wellness check on me. I do not find that intrusive at all. I find that welcoming, because that means somebody cared enough to go, hey, we haven't seen that lady in a while, you know. As I told the ranger, it was in the 90s out and I don't do heat very well, so I was in my RV with my AC going, writing and enjoying my day. For 2 days, we had very, very high heat. She understood, and I thanked her. I thanked her and the host for checking on me because, wow, you know, I could have been in there hurt or sick, and I wasn't, thankfully. Now, a few months ago, a very dear friend of mine who was a full-timer passed away. She had a stroke in her RV, and she was found by a wellness check. She was still alive when they found her, but she died about a week later in hospice. But it was the wellness check people who went and found her at the behest of a friend of hers that she had lost contact with. You know, she was supposed to meet that friend and didn't show up. So they sent the wellness people and the authorities over and found her collapsed from a stroke. Anyway, yeah, that's kind of the reality. And I know some of you are saying, but I'm independent. I don't need anyone to look after me. I don't need no stinking wellness check. Well, fool, you do. You do. I actually have a wellness check every day on my phone with friends. I have 2 friends that every morning we say good morning to each other because 2 of us travel in our vans and one travels sometimes, but she lives alone and she's not near any family. Well, every morning I say good morning to these people and they know I made it through the night and I'm healthy and kicking, and vice versa. My niece set that up, and my niece always knows, my family always knows where I am, no matter what, and they're not intrusive about it. One of my best friends also monitors Life 360. They know where I am all the time. And that makes me feel comfortable because, as my niece put it, if they don't hear from me, they know at least the last place I checked in, where to start looking. There's nothing wrong with having people know where you are. You know, don't be all bravado and say, I'm independent and I want to be off the grid. Okay, if that's what you want, fine, but you really shouldn't. Somebody should know where you are and how to contact you. And I really, really understand this more the older I get. And with my friend's passing in March, it really brought it home. So, by the way, that wasn't the first wellness check I had from a camp host either. I have a tendency, when the weather's not great, to hole up in my van and write. Even when the weather's good, I have a tendency to just put my nose down and write. And the very first wellness check I ever got was up in Washington at a campground. And the camp host came by and knocked on my door, and it was windy up there, so I didn't have the slider open. And he said he and his wife were concerned because they hadn't seen me in days. And I thanked him for checking on me and said, I'm on a writing deadline. That's why you don't see me. I've been working all day, every day. So, you know, people do pay attention, and it's not always to be nosy. It's just to show they care. And if you notice a camper and you haven't seen somebody who came in that camper for days, check on them. Maybe you'll get a snotty remark back. Maybe you won't. But at least you cared enough to check on that person. So that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today is, you know, it's okay to be out here when you're in your 60s, 70s, even 80s. But the older you get, the more care you need to take about your welfare and adapting to your changing needs. And those things can keep you on the road a lot longer and can let you enjoy this wonderful life a lot longer. So anyway, that was my concern today that I wanted to share. By the way, my book, I Sleep Around, is doing quite well. Thank you very much to all of you who have bought it. I will put a link in the description that you can follow if you haven't bought it yet and want to check it out. I'm very pleased with it. It came out great. My publisher did a great job. So I'm a happy camper. Take care, and I'll see you on the next Tuesday.